Hi guys, welcome back to some more action with Accrington. We are in the January transfer window 2018. I've been reading your comments, guys, about the financial takeover, and I think there was one that was sort of hit the nail on the head. And it was a case of don't do it now. Wait till we do it into the Premier League. It's more realistic. And yeah, I agree with that. And it's the fact that once we're there, the club will hopefully pour money into it. You've seen it before, and with a few teams where they pour money into the club, and unfortunately it goes a bit tits up, and the club ends up getting relegated, and they go like Portsmouth. They drop down a couple of leagues because of they haven't got the finances in place. Whereas obviously we can't drop down a couple of leagues in this because of the finances, but having the takeover at at the Premier League stage, I think is the best thing to do. So we're going to leave the financial takeover and go with it then. We have a game coming against Reading. I have already sorted the team out beforehand and made a few changes. Reading are unbeaten in 3. They've only conceded 1, but they've scored 7. So, can we get something out of this game? We get a 1-0 win. Inaki Williams with the goal 2 minutes from time. Bandowski injured, which isn't a good sign. Physiotherapy is out for 2 months, and Milanov is back again. Right, one thing I did do in the before I started was I put Armstrong out up for loan. I'm going to have to take him off the loan list now because obviously Bandowski's out for 2 months. There's no one going to be joining the club until someone leaves. Hopefully we do get 1 or 2 players leaving. And Ntuli's one that I keep on saying I'm gonna sell him, but I don't want to put him on the transfer list. I want to leave him off the transfer list for now, and hopefully someone comes in for him. And if they do, that's going to give us a decent amount of transfer funds. Although part of me, because of all the strikers we've got, I do think about putting him on the transfer list, but I just need to get a decent amount of money for him. I can't be getting just the low end of what he's worth. I need to be getting the high end of what he's worth, and I'm not too sure I'm actually going to be able to do that if I put him on the transfer list. But we've got a 5:45 kickoff on the Saturday in the FA Cup. We're at home to Cardiff. It'd be nice to get something out of this game. With it being a cup game, I'm not going to fast forward. It's Connor Wickham puts Cardiff 1-0 up in the 20th minute. Theopold Catherine has been booked. Hopefully he gets sent off. Harder has come on for Smith at the start of the second half. Still 1-0 down with 20 to go. Seeger has come on for Inaki Williams. Can we get a late equaliser? The answer is no. We're out of the FA Cup. 1-0 defeat against Cardiff, which is rather disappointing. But I suppose at the end of the day, I think the league, we need to get better in the league. We need to have a stronghold in the league. There's shooting boots missing for Brivio, so maybe we need to drop him. Transfer offer for George Bauman. This is a player I do want to leave, and I'm happy to let you go, especially for $500,000. We do have a lot of other strikers, so I'm definitely happy to let you go. I don't, as it stands, need to bring anyone in. Transfer offer for Laurie Noble. Player sold. PSG want Laurie Noble. Yeah, you can have him. Interesting that they want him, considering he's 19 and rated 59. That's 2 players gone, but it's not really much in terms of they were never really playing. So the money I think I'm going to keep and use for what am I thinking? Use for youth players. Bolivia, I don't really want to worry about Bolivia. I know I can have a look on New Zealand. No, I can have a look. Maybe take an international management job later, but I don't really want to right now. Briveo hasn't been scoring, so we're going to go with Ntuli. We're going to go with Seeger up front. Dow, Smith, Vizcarrondo, Caballos. We're going to go Tamo Harder, Derek Gale. See, we're almost at a team full of 70s here, so we aren't doing too bad, you know. Now, I think a team full of 70s is pretty good. So, right, anyway, we're halfway through January. Wow, look at that. Lost to Brighton, lost to Blackburn, lost to Liverpool in the last 3 games for Ipswich. Interesting to see what happens in this one, especially with Ntuli in the starting lineup. McGoldrick, wow, missed a pen early doors. 1-1 draw. McGoldrick made up for missing the penalty. Smith with the equaliser. We are in 11th place in the table. Update from England, don't need to worry about that. Friedrich suspended. And yeah, we're up to 11th in the table, which is good news. We're only 8 points off the playoffs. Now, if we could hit the playoffs, I'd be okay with that. Because I'm just thinking that just by hitting the playoffs, it's shown we can get there. Next season, I think, will be our season. It's the season that we should be aiming for promotion. As Piszczek joins Chelsea. A match rescheduled as well. Transfer offer for Elliot Armstrong. It's a bright future. I want to reject that, especially as it's only 350,000 and we can get up to 1.4 million for him. And it's Shrewsbury. If it was someone half decent, i.e. a big club, I'd have potentially said you can have him for like 5 million. And then that money would have been used elsewhere in the squad. We have, wow, Wolfsburg signed Rodrigo for 19 million. Transfer offer for David Alutza. Has a bright future, but has been poor form lately. Angus, you can go between 2.3 and 3.9. Counter 3.5 for David Alutza. CDM rated 68. Potentially not. I don't know if he's actually on the transfer list. Let's go and see if he's on the transfer list. Sell players. No, he's not. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players still on the transfer list. But if we can get around 3.5 million, that'll give me around 3 million in terms of transfer budget for a Lutzer, which is pretty decent. Riveo, Scuadone, Calandra, Palatone, Friedrich is out, Tim Payne is out, Jorge Grant, let's get you on for Scuadone. We have Seeger. How old are you, Seeger? You're on 18 and rated 68. And the other one was Lutzer, wasn't it? Who is 21 and rated 68. So I think I'm doing the right thing if I can sell him. If they come back and say 3 million, I may let them have him for that. And then we'll have to look at where we can bring players in. Who was on the shortlist? Anyone on the shortlist? Jacob Butterfield was one potentially on the shortlist. A contract expiring in 6 months. We may be able to pick him up for a bit cheaper. Mackany, I don't really need a striker. Wirtz was too much, wasn't he? Tyler Blackett was another one I think potentially too much, but we'll scout him. Holhauser was one who was he was just too much, wasn't he? I think as well his wages were sky high. 15 grand, I suppose it's not too. I think was it Wirtz then? It was one of these, I'm sure it was yeah, 20 grand for Wirtz. So we have to remove him from the shortlist. Staff busy, cannot assign to Nick Ross. Okay. Approach to sign. We could look to approach to sign Nick Ross on a contract, same as Jacob Butterfield. Now we know he's a 71 rated centre mid, would help us out. I think he's got the experience. So I'm going to move all this over to wages. Gives me 20,000. Everyone keeps on saying sign players on pre-contract, so we are going to look to do that, especially with Bob Hall. No, you weren't. Tyler Blackett. No. Holhauser. No, but so Butterfield, we are going to look to try and sign you on a pre-contract. You're going to be a crucial first team player, 10% goal bonus, 71 rated overall. Nick Ross. I can't remember what you were like, fella. You can play left mid, centre mid, or cam. So you're very versatile. I just need to be able to scout you, and I just can't scout you right now. So, I'm saying centre backs, Eric Dier. Approach to loan. What are you on in terms of wage? 60 grand a week. Just cannot do that. Rojo, you're going to be on 100,000. Well, fullback. Why show me Klein and Walker? I can't afford them. Centre mid, Stambouli, Aaron Ramsey. No way. And wingers, Lucas Piazza, Andros Townsend, Oxlade Chamberlain. I ain't going to be able to afford any of these. Lucas Piazza, what are you on? You're probably going to be on 25 grand, should we say? 80 grand. Jesus Christ. What are my scouts doing actually? Area scouting. Recall scout. Recall scout. Just so I've got them. I'm going to remove all these instructions. And I'm just going to go with one instruction. And it's going to be in any players 25 to 27 of first team quality with 1 year left on the contract. And hire a scout. How much is it going to cost me to hire a scout? It's going to cost me millions to hire a decent scout. I'll wait. Right. Stick with that team. We're away at Huddersfield, who beat Birmingham but lost to Man United in the Cup and lost to Wigan before that. So what can we get done in this one? A 1-0 win. Seager with the goal. Fantastic. Riveo came on but didn't score. 3 offices as we stay in 11th place in the table. 1.75. No. Friedrich is available. Vizcarondos finally picked up a yellow. Counter. You can have him for 3.5. He's worth a shit ton of money. You don't want him for that. You can make. I'll accept 3. But I'm not going any lower, considering it's a player that I wasn't really going to sell. And I don't know. You're intriguing me with the offer. But Butterfield has accepted his pre-contract. Accept. Fantastic. Right. Nick Ross, I want to look at signing you. But I need to know what sort of player you are. So, I can either quickly get you scouted, and we'll have to see if I can get you scouted in the next few days, because we only have 8 days left of the transfer window. And then yeah, have to see what. Oh, I'm going to have to reject that, I'm afraid. You're not coming up with anything near his true value. I'm really in 2 minds what to do with Ntuli. Where are you, Ntuli? 1.7 and 4,000 a week wage. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 strikers. Inaki, Williams and Meneses, I want to give them some game time, especially Meneses. Seager is going to need some game time. I want to sell him, but I want someone to put in an offer for him, and me not to just let him, not to put him up on the transfer list, for the simple fact is that I don't think we'd get anywhere near a proper value for him. Whereas if he was on the, if someone just came in and offered me money for him, I can look to get some decent amount of money. As I just had a match rescheduled. I think this is the Derby game that was coming up. I should move to the 6th. Tim Payne says he's okay to play. Tim Payne, if you're okay to play, you're okay to be sold. I think I have far too many centre mids, and with Butterfield coming in as well. Calandra I want to keep his 20. Grant is, yeah, it's definitely add to transfer list for Payne. He feels he should play more as well. And Ntuli, allow transfer bids. Hopefully that, I don't know if that's going to spark a bit of interest, but we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, hopefully. I need to, when it gets about 5 hours to go on the older. In fact, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to have a quick look and see if Nick Ross has been scouted at all. So we know Nick Ross is good at short passing, good at shot power, his long passing is good, his jumping is good, balance, stamina, all good, crossing is okay. Nick Ross, pre-contract, £6 a week, crucial first team player. Yes, get you signed up on a pre-contract. Tyler Blackett, you're on £8 a week. Approach to loan. I can't. I don't have the funds available. Oh, will it let me do it? It might let me do it, and I'll full season, future fee, 400,000. Let's just try. See what happens with that loan offer. They may say no. They may say yes. End of the day, I don't have to buy him afterwards if it looks like he's garbage. Pre-contract offer accepted from Nick Ross. So, with Nick Ross coming in, Blackett won't be able to come in. Reject it. They don't want to sell him. Elliot Armstrong. Bradford. Counter 4 million. Which, if they come round, if they give me that for him, they give me that for him, and I just have to take it now. But I can't see him coming back and saying, I don't believe he's worth that much. There we go. So, I'll put them off. Right, please be another offer. Transfer Bejarano, Donny. Accept. Let's just get rid of Bejarano. It gives me a little bit of wage. But obviously we've got the youth scouts that I can now send out with this little bit of money. Right, coming to 3 hours to go. We've signed 2 players on pre-contract, so it's not too bad. It doesn't look like anything else is going to be done, as we don't have that long left. 2 hours, so I'm okay with the squad that we have. Transfer offer for Mingioa. I'll accept it because I want him to go. But I don't think the deal's going to get done, especially he's on the transfer list, he's valued at 300,000, they've offered me 400 and something. Hopefully. There we go, please tell me this deal got done. Menace wants to... Oh. Yes, you can have a period on loan, mate, that's fine. Play you in the youth academy. Right, so we've got Weissmeyer, who is looking really good, and we have Ntuli or Nirishlo. It looks not bad. And Anik Dale is our defender, who is going to be, he's our wonder kid. So did Mingioa get sold? I'm looking and I'm thinking no. No, he didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players still to be sold. So now the thing to do is to send our youth scout out. Set up a scouting network. Where should we go this time? I might send him to Norway, see if we can find anything in his native Norway. Or let's go to Sweden. I can't remember if I've done Sweden already, but you never know. Look how we're setting up a scouting network. So guys, I'll move on to the Bolton game. I'm not gonna play it, but final scout report for Tyler Blackett. Are you any good, Tyler Blackett? 66. Okay. Nick Ross, we don't know what you're going to be yet, but you're joining me anyway. I'm going to have a quick squad report, and then I'll call it a day. And we'll move on after that and see how much of the season we can get done. So, Josh Lowe is at 1 to a 75. Gamin up 3 to a 70. Milanov is a 69. Derek is a 74. He's up 3. Gale up 1 to a 73. Smith at 1 to a 68. Dow up 2 to a 71. Vizcarrondo at 1 to a 73. Harder hasn't moved yet. Seager Ryan, who's at 1 to an 80. Ntuli is a 70 is Seager. 70 for Ntuli as well. Pellinard is up 3 to a 64. Caballas hasn't moved. Maybe it's time for him to move on, and we look to bring in another left mid. We have Harder, so maybe Caballas needs to leave now. Calandra is up 3 to a 66. Bruveo is at 1 to a 72. Grant is up 3 to a 68. Williams is up 2 to a 64. Struno up 1 to a 67. Scuidoni up 3 to a 66. Caliguri is not moving. He's on the transfer list as well, so we need to get rid of him. Alutzer is up 3 to a 69. Meneses is up 3 to a 66. Baltoni is up 3 to a 59. Armstrong is up 3 to a 64. Lee Seeger is up 1 to a 68. Friedrich is up 3 to a 72. Bandowski is up 1 to a 69. Winter is up 1 to a 69. Tim Payne hasn't moved. Buxton is up 1 to a 64. Mingioa hasn't moved. Gunn out on loan. Afobe is up 3 to a 59. And that's it, guys. So yeah, Mingioa deal didn't go through, which is rather disappointing. Hopefully he gets sold in the next window along with a few other players. But guys, I will call it a day there, and I'll catch you all in the next episode, where we'll hopefully I may do a bumper half-hour episode next time and see how much of the season we can fly through. We'll have to see. Might be a bit longer, maybe like a 40-minute episode if it looks like we're getting towards like the final 3 or 4 games in the season. But we will have to see. Guys, I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.